In this video, we are going to discover the top 5 poorest countries in the world 2024. Despite abundant global wealth, some countries continue to suffer in extreme poverty going by GDP per capita country-wise. Asian guy with English try. Giving back 30% to charity from this channel. Kindly subscribe and support. Let's start the video. This video lists the poorest countries in the world in 2024. Before getting into that list of poorest countries in the world, let's first understand the concept of GDP per capita and how a country is ranked on this basis. GDP stands for Gross Domestic Product, which measures a country's goods and services produced yearly. Its population must also be considered to get a clear picture of how rich or poor a country is. Therefore, divide the GDP by the total number of people in the country to get GDP per capita. Now here is where it gets interesting. Sometimes the GDP per capita only tells us part of the story. That's because the cost of living and inflation rates can vary a lot from one country to another. That is where PPP penetrates to make a fair comparison. PPP stands for Purchasing Power Parity and considers the local cost of inflation rates to give a more accurate picture of the standards of living in different countries. Now let's dig deeper into each of the top 5 poorest countries in the world. Number 5. Somalia. In 2024, Somalia is struggling with extreme poverty because its government can't fix the problem. They mainly depend on farming and raising animals, but climate change is making things more worse. This means they can't grow enough food, leading to hunger and starvation. The country's GDP per person, which shows how much money people have on average, is very low at $302.5 international dollars. This makes it harder for people to afford basic things like food and shelter. So Somalia is in a tough spot because they can't make enough money and climate change is making it even harder to survive. Number 4. South Sudan. South Sudan is poor because it's stuck without access to the sea, making it hard to trade. Corruption means money meant for good things often disappears. And also Sudan's healthcare is not good, so many babies die and people can't always get clean water. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, even tough, there is a lot of valuable stuff in the ground, like minerals. The government fights a lot but can't keep things stable, so most people there are very poor. Both places have big problems, from not enough money to not enough peace. Number 3. Central African Republic. The Central African Republic, despite its wealth in resources such as oil and diamonds, is plagued by persistent conflicts, malnutrition and healthcare. This combination results in a widespread prevalence of diseases and a low life expectancy among its population. Despite the potential economic benefits of its natural resources, ongoing instability and violence disrupt development efforts, leaving many people in poverty. GDP per capita in Central African Republic is expected to reach $371.98 by the end of 2024. The lack of access to essential services like healthcare and education, the challenges is faced by the people of the Central African Republic, hindering their ability to improve their living conditions and achieve sustainable development. Number 2. Niger. Niger is very poor for many reasons. Even though it has land for farming and valuable things like uranium, it's still hard to make enough food. Droughts and desert areas make it tough to grow crops, leading to hunger and sickness. Many people can't go to school or see a doctor when they are sick, so babies often die and people don't live very long. Sometimes there are fights between groups, which makes things even worse. So most people in Niger don't have enough money or chances to make their lives better. Number 1. Burundi. Tiny landlocked Burundi lacks natural resources and has been scarred by a 12-year civil war. war, contributing to its ranking of first poorest country in the world. With about 80% of Burundi's population, roughly 13 million citizens relying on subsistence and agriculture, food insecurity is almost twice as high as average for sub-Saharan African countries. Furthermore, access to water and sanitation remains very low, and less than 5% of the population has electricity. President Evariste has made an effort to relaunch the economy and repair diplomatic relationships. And in 2022, both the USA and the European Union resumed aid after lifting financial sanctions. Unfortunately, while growth is picking up, inflation is projected this year to be around 16%. So friends, what do you think? How can these top 5 poorest countries change their people's lives? Tell us in the comments, and please subscribe our channel and support.